All right. There we go. Dashboard's up. Game is up. Let's pause that. All right. All right. Microphone. Good. Yes. Yes. Excellent. All right. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Blueprints. I think I've streamed 3 or 4 days in a row now. Seems a little crazy. I promise I'm not trying to do this professionally, but I've had some time and Blueprints has been calling. So let's jump right in to day 45. Yesterday was a bit of a mixed bag. Most of yesterday's stream was a whole lot of hot nothing. But then the final run actually went extremely, extremely well. We got a bunch of stuff. We got the burning glass set up and got a bunch of stuff unlocked with it. So let's see if we can continue that success today. Now, we've got 3 of our red letters. 5 remain. We still need our foundation back. Let's go check the outer room and see what we've got today. What would I like to get? I don't know, honestly. Maybe a hovel? We could do a hovel, or I could do a trading post, or I could do the root cellar. I'm kind of cooling on the root cellar. At first, I was kind of super into it, but given its reliance on the shovel, which is not super common, and the dirt spots really don't give very much. So more dirt spots is a little underwhelming. Trading post or hovel. Well, we got the dynamite, so the trading post is not necessarily exciting for that, but it does let us trade items that we have for things we might need. In particular, what are we trying to get? We don't really need the burning glass now. We've exhausted that for the moment. We do still need the power hammer and use that in the greenhouse and in the secret garden. We could try for that. The trading post would probably be helpful in getting that to happen, given that we actually need 3 items to make that happen. We need the broken lever, we need the battery, and we need the sledgehammer. But the hovel takes away our need to concern ourselves with gems. And honestly, gems have been a persistent pain in my butt for a while now. So let's give that a try. All right. Okay. Let's start by going to the east. What do we got? Can do an early dining room. That's kind of interesting. I think I will, because that gets me straight into the corner. Also gives me the lunchbox early, which gives us an extra 10 steps once we reach rank 5. No other goodies here? No. All right, I think so storeroom is not actually as good as it normally is now because we don't need gems. So I think I will take the reading nook because we do still need keys. And keys have also been a recurring issue for us. All right, swinging north, we can take an early workshop, which I'm on board with. And our item is the broken lever. Excellent. One of our power hammer components. Okay, continuing north. I think we'll take... I'm kind of cooling on the hallways. I feel like I've flooded my draft pool with hallways in the past, and so I should probably cool it on those a bit. So I think I'm going to take the chapel here. We are still holding off on cracking him open. Because we want to wait until we have all of the big shops available to us. Conference room is interesting. Yeah, let's do that. That, if we come across things that let us spread, this will be very nice. Wow, early keycard door. That sucks. Okay, I am going to swing back around. I'm not actually going to go north here because we want to keep our... I want to keep with the pattern of filling in the lower ranks to get items that'll help us in the upper ranks. What do we got here? We have a bedroom, a storeroom, and a laboratory, which will take 3 steps. I haven't done much with the laboratory in a while. The only thing we can really do there these days is make experiments. But those could be good. And getting it early means I have more opportunities for it to trigger. So let's go ahead and do that. This room does sometimes contain an item. I have frequently seen the battery in here. Alas, not this time. All right, let's check out this terminal. Set up an experiment. What do we got? Immediately add 1 gold to your allowance. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door. Each time you find some trash while digging. Interesting. This one could be really good in combination with the root cellar. Immediately add 3 aquariums to today's draft pool. That's interesting. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door. So this is going to be keycard doors, I assume. Let's do, each time you unlock or bypass a security door, add a small chest to the entrance hall. That's interesting. And could potentially get us some of the keys and such that we've been needing. Does Swan Song work in this terminal? It does. Does it give us the same normal stuff? It also does. Okay. Can we put in a special order? Yes. What would I like to order? We need, for the power hammer, we need the battery, the broken lever, and the sledgehammer. So let's approve the sledgehammer. That's going to be our next big thing that we're going to try to make happen. These are new emails. We haven't seen these. 1987 freezer access. Randolph, as I know you've been conducting temperature-related experiments this past week, I've tried my best to avoid accessing my frozen stock during your normal working hours. However, on Friday I was making my famous black truffle pizza and had to visit the freezer for a few ingredients. I hope I didn't mess anything up. Chef de Camp. I think he's also a new person we haven't seen before. Chef, please don't worry too much about freezer access. The experiments we're doing aren't very sensitive and they're already accounting for normal variations due to expected use and staff traffic. However, surprisingly, we did see a major temperature rise on Friday, which I believe may be related not to your freezer visit, but to use of furnace in close proximity. In the future, you should try to draft that a bit further away, as the temperature rise from drafting that room has a major effect on temperature in the house, and even more so in rooms in close proximity to it. Ah, so that's how it works. The furnace needs to be near the freezer. I wonder if we put the furnace like right next to the freezer, if that will get us into the stuff that's in the ice chest. Interesting. Okay, Baron Sinclair. As we discussed in our meeting earlier this week, we'll be sealing off the entrance to the Blackbridge server this week, as well as archiving all our electronic mailboxes and locking access. I'm not sure just how tech-savvy we expect the Red Guard to be, but there's more than enough data on our servers that these extra precautions are, in my opinion, the very minimum measures we should be considering, given the likelihood of an investigation next month. Ooh. Okay, let's look at our timeline. This is August 27th, 1987. Here. Yeah, this is when they shut down email access. Interesting. Oh. Okay. And there was a reply. Lock it down. Lock it all down. August 31st. Okay. So, 1987, 09, 31. Blackbridge server room is sealed. This was two months after our mysterious admin account that has more access than usual. Okay. Is there anything else useful I can hear? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. So we've got a experiment going. Let's backtrack to the entrance hall. And we will go to the west. We could do an early vault. It's a little dangerous, but you know what? I've gotten multiple security box keys now that I haven't been able to use because I didn't have a vault. And given that these security boxes stay open after you've used the keys on them, that means they are unique things. So we will hopefully come across some more of those keys. All right, what do we got here? We can do a hallway, we can do a courtyard, we can do a Geist bedroom. I'm going to do the courtyard, even though it takes some steps, which I'm getting a little concerned about, because this gives us a chest. Now, do I want to open this chest right now? No. Let's wait a bit, because if I can get a sledgehammer, then it won't cost me anything. We will take a pantry. I kind of... Is it worth taking security? Not yet. Not until I have a breaker box. If security didn't cost me extra steps, I would have a different opinion, but it does. We can take the commissary. Items for sale is always useful. What have we got? There's the sledgehammer. And you know what? I'm actually going to take all of these things, because I have a ton of cash. Let's go back and get that chest. Ooh, 3 keys. Very nice. And we have the shovel, so we can dig some things up here. So we have the sledgehammer and the broken lever, and the workshop is available. So all we need now is the battery pack. If we can get the battery pack, we can go to the workshop, build the power hammer, and then we need the greenhouse and the secret garden. Those are going to be our 2 targets today. Alright, I think I will take a pool here. Not because I necessarily care much about the pool, but because it allows me to backfill these rooms. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay, let's go see. We're probably going to use up most of our steps and throw away most of our progress to do this, but I think it's important. Let's go see if the abandoned mine is still accessible. It should be. If it is, we can get her ladyship's key and finally read the diary. And that's going to be big. Arguably I should wait and put down some more rooms first in case we can also solve the chess puzzle, but at this point I'm kind of scrimping and scraping for... But these aren't lit anymore, but the stairs are still down. I'm kind of scrimping for finding things whenever I can, so... Oh no, the key was in the tomb! I forgot the key was in the tomb. Not down here. Shoot. Well, that's not helpful. Man. Okay. Let's head back up. Well, that just burned most of our progress today. That sucks. But that's my own fault for not remembering where the key was. All right. Yeah, we haven't gotten anywhere near rank 8, so the big thing would be if we can roll a kitchen. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go this way. I would love a kitchen more than anything. Ooh. Okay, we'll take a locker room. That's going to fill our conference room with a bunch of keys. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to get back there, so let's just start opening some lockers. Now, I don't remember which lockers I have opened previously, so I guess we'll just start here. Gem and a key, okay. And a whole lot of nothing. Okay. Okay. And come on. Another key. Okay. So that is the first row done. So I have 2 keys. Try this one. I feel like we've seen this note before. I am going to take a picture of it, though. This wasn't anything. No. Okay. Okay. And let's open the next one. 2 apples. Very nice. Okay. And that's my last key, so we can't open any more lockers right now. We got a couple more steps. Let's head... We can't go that way, so we'll come back this way and head north. That door's locked. Okay. Well, that's going to make this pretty short, isn't it? Because I don't think we have enough steps to really go anywhere else. Let's check out her ladyship's chamber in case there's something nice in here. The telescope. Makes our observatory perk count twice today. Diary, which we will have to read some other time, sadly. Okay. And we'll wind our way back through here. Yeah, maybe the hovel wasn't the best choice for today. And we finish up in the workshop. All right. A little bit of a disappointing day, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and start the next one. All right. Day 46. So, if the tomb is available, we want to always take it. I think is the takeaway here. I would, given the way things are turning out now, it would be really nice if there were another permanent steps upgrade. If I could get like 90 steps permanently. Or even just 80, even just an extra 10 more. All right, we will take the tomb. We will not go down there yet, but now, hopefully, those doors are still open, which means the key to the diary is now available. All right, let's try this again. Early workshop, excellent. And we get our broken lever, okay. 2 of 4 steps down, we just need our battery pack and sledgehammer. Let's take the bedroom. Ooh, we got a coin purse. That's nice. Okay, not much else going on in here. Let's swing north. We have no gems. We will want to keep our eye out for gems. Let's go ahead and take the chapel. And like I said, since I know this is now more of a savings thing than a penalty, I am not as bothered by it. Sadly, no vault today. We'll go ahead and take the den and get our first gem. That will be very helpful. And let's start swinging east. We can do a pantry or a reading nook. Let's go ahead and take the reading nook. This will give us a key. And we can swing north. Library, storeroom, empty closet. I'm actually going to take the library, not because I necessarily need anything in the library. We have no new books yet. But, at least I don't think. Yeah, no new books yet. But the library is supposed to draft rarer patterns. It does. Let's take the gallery. Because we learned a trick. We learned a secret about the gallery in our time yesterday. Where was that? Where did I put that secret? Was it in general notes? Yes. Rooms 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all puzzle rooms, which is interesting because it's the same number of letters found in the gallery. That is very interesting. So, what are rooms 5, 6, 7, and 8? The parlor, the billiard room, the gallery, and a puzzle room that we have not seen before. Interesting. But does that mean that the answer to this is parlor? PA R. Come on, give me an L. I don't think there's an L. Nope. Shoot. Parlor. Billiard. Billiard. Is it billiard or billiards? Is there an S? Billiard. And Gallery. Billiard. Is there a B here? No. Okay, so it's not as simple as just putting the room name. Yeah, there's no G here for gallery. So it's not as simple as just putting the room name, but maybe it suggests that the answer is some relation to the picture and the room that it's in. So let's come back to parlor. What is the puzzle in the parlor room? The puzzle in the parlor room is the box puzzle. The puzzle in the billiard room. That's the puzzle in the billiard room. Is the dartboard math puzzle. I don't know. It's definitely not billiard. I don't know. This one still eludes me. All right, we'll throw a hallway in here. That feels pretty good. And then let's swing back south and see if we can fill out some of these bottom areas. Take a commissary. We'll use our gem to get the commissary. I see a sledgehammer. Excellent. And so we just need our battery now. I think I'll take our running. I think I'll take the running shoes. Those have saved us a good number of steps in the past. Okay, no gems, so we can't go to the observatory, but we can spawn the billiard room or the parlor. Let's go ahead and spawn the parlor. So, is there something here? That would indicate the solution in the gallery. I feel like it's probably not this, because this is only here if you get the funeral upgrade, which you may not. Parlor. I'm looking for May the 2nd. I'm looking for 6-letter things that might indicate 6 letters. I don't know. Do we want to do this now? It'll give us 2 gems if we do it now. 2 gems would be pretty good, but I think we'll hold off a bit. Definitely not taking the attic. If we take the pantry, we'll swing to the east. The Geist bedroom, on the other hand, will be a dead end, but it will give us 6 dice. Let's do that. I think having a bit more flexibility is probably a good thing. What is this letter? This is the letter about the billiard room. I also got to appreciate the new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room. It was worth the wait, though, as I enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Okay. So that's something. Let's wind all the way back around to the chapel and fill in this gap. We will figure this out. I feel like I'm getting closer. Yep, this way. And then we'll swing south. And let's fill this in. We'll take a storeroom here. That feels good. It'll give us a gem to work with. Key, gem. Okay. Okay. We need the battery pack. That's what we're on the lookout for now. And let's head this way. We'll take the pantry. Ooh. If you have exactly 2 hallways, double your keys. I only have 1 hallway right now, so we'll hold off on that. Banana and some coins. And interesting. Let's re-roll. I think I'll take the dark room. Because the dark room very frequently has the battery in it. Can I see if the battery's there? I cannot. Let's step in. Do I just push through? I think I do. I don't want to run all the way back through the house again. Let's roll the die on this one. The laboratory, and it swings to the south, which is not the best, but do we have a battery in here by chance? Sadly, no such luck. But that's okay. We can run an experiment. All right, what do we got? Each time you unlock or bypass a security door, each time you eat an apple, or each time you find some trash while digging, gain 3 gold for each red room in your house, add a small chest to the entrance hall, or set your steps to 40. Interesting. I kind of like the idea of each time you eat an apple, set your steps to 40. That's better if we can guarantee apples, though, which we can't right now. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door. Let's do that, because that is something that we can pretty much guarantee will happen more or less. Okay. So we will swing to the south. We can spawn the billiard room. We still only have one hallway, so I want to hold off on doing the bunk room. Let's take the billiard room. Any goodies? No goodies, sadly. We just need... We also need to be on the lookout for the greenhouse and the secret garden key. All right, what do we got? +2 minus 8. No, +2 times 8 is 16. Minus 15 is 1. Plus 16 divided by 2 is 8. Minus 1 is 7. Plus 20 times 2 is 40. Minus 20 is 20. Divided by 5 is 4. Not too shabby. Got a silver key. Silver key is very nice indeed. And I guess we are going to wind back through the whole house, up into the den, and we will head north from there. All right, we've got about 40 steps remaining. We're in a pretty good place overall. We could use gems. I always need gems. I need this to not be a dead end. So let's take a corridor. This will be our second hallway, so if we get a bunk room now, it'll double our keys. I don't want this to be the bunk room, because I want more... If I take the West Wing Hall, I'm not going to get the doubling effect, but the extra doors might be worth it. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. What do we got going on this side? Is this where I want the foundation? No. No, I want the foundation to be able to facilitate me moving north. This one doesn't. Although, oh no, this is the same place that the foundation was last time, isn't it? This is just where it is now, isn't it? It's the same orientation, too. Man, I liked it in the old position better. We should take it. Not having it has been pretty painful, so at least we have it again. All right. No gems. So we can take the archives or we can redraw. I don't like the archives because it hides one of our choices from us going forward. But I can't argue with the extra doors. That is very useful. All right. Any items for us? It doesn't look like it. According to the aquarium, there is something in here maybe, but we haven't figured out how to trigger that yet. All right, let's head this way. We'll use a normal key for this. Ooh, set up the boudoir. That gives us 2 gems. Yeah. Okay. 2 gems from the boudoir, always nice. And that goes back to the hallway, which is not totally great, but it does connect kind of the 2 sides of the house, which is kind of great. I haven't done the funeral parlor yet. That will get us 4 gems. Let's go down and do that. That'll be really nice. Is there anything else I want from here? I'm going to hold off in case I can get the sleeping mask. That'll give us extra steps from our bedrooms, which would be really useful. But let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do this. The gems are in a box that is actually blue. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it. And this one has no statement. Blank boxes are neither true nor false. And we know one must be true and one must be false. Which means this one is true. I think. Because this box has the word blue on it. And this box has the word blue on it. So this one must be true, which means this one must be false. What's the alternative? If this one's true, this one will also be true. So I think the gems are in here. Yes. I'm always a little nervous with these now because it is a gut punch if we get it wrong, but it worked out. Okay. Let's swing back around and head north out of the archives. Didn't I have a security door somewhere? Maybe not. Alright, let's head north out of the archives. Yeah, we'll use our silver key here. Why not? This is an excellent place for a passageway. Okay, and let's head this way. Security? It's not rotated the way I want it. We could roll the dice with an archived plan, or we could re-roll. Ooh, yes. Ooh, this would give me 4 keys. That's also really good, but that's a dead end. Let's take the Electric Eel Aquarium. Oh yeah, look at that. Permanent power. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Yo! Wait, that's the archives. Maybe the thing that was missing is the archives needed to be powered. This is the bedroom. I don't think there was anything in there. Wait, was that whole thing in the archives before? I don't remember. I don't think so. This is the laundry. This is the boudoir. And this is the patio. And there was a big X on the ground there. But in here, there was an arrow pointing at that. Maybe that's open now. We'll head back there in a moment and check. Why is everything glowing? Yeah, let's take a conference room here. That seems like a good choice. Okay. Anything on the table? No. Alright, here's a security door. We can't get in there yet. That'll give us access to these 3 rooms. Let's head this way. That door's locked, unfortunately. Can we head north? We can. Now the weight room is interesting because it facilitates power, but more than that, they said there might be a lever in there that opens the southern antechamber door. That's very interesting. But I suspect if that's the case, we're going to need our wall smasher before we can get in there. So we need the battery pack, and I'm not willing to lose half my steps to try this right now. Let's try the archived plan. Machinarium. Okay. That is not going to be very good because we only have 1 gear door. Yeah. Let's head back. And let's see, can I... Are any of these open now? Will any of these open for me now? No. It had an arrow pointing at one of these. Does that only work when the aquarium's drained? That doesn't make sense. And then I was thinking, well, maybe we have to drain the electric eel aquarium, but the electric eel aquarium is an upgrade that you may not get, so it can't be based on that. I don't know. All right, let's head north here. The garage. The garage is kind of tempting. It gives us a bunch of keys. But whatever this archive plan is, has 2 gems. Yeah, 3 keys is big right now. Because we have none. No items, unfortunately. If we get the car keys, we can check that out, but... Alright, so let's go back through the foundation, up into the passageway, and try... Well, that door was locked, but now we have a key. So we can go try that out. Okay. Ooh, boiler room as a dead end, furnace, which will give us a key, or an archive plan that does not use power, or we can redraw. Given that the Machinarium only has 1 door going straight up, I think I want to redraw. Because I want something that can take me up here. The solarium is interesting. Let's redraw again. The spare terrace will go straight through. The courtyard is rotated the wrong way. All right, let's try the archived plan. What do we got? The dining room. It's rotated in the wrong direction. That sucks. But it gives us extra steps, which is very good because we were getting a little low. All right. Oh, hello. Oh, that's the back of the foundation. That's fine. All right, we can go into the Machinarium now. Did I have more gear rooms than I thought? Oh, the aquarium is a gear room. Oh, okay. Very nice. Yeah, let's try the archived plan. We have a hallway, not the best room to roll, but that's okay. We're quickly running out of keys again. Yeah, we'll take the gymnasium. Not great because it burns our steps, but that's a keycard door, which means we can't go that way. That's locked. Not great. Can we work our way through here? We can. Could do the pool. Let's try the archived room. Gift shop. That's not great. I was hoping for something that would let us go straight through. I don't have the coins I need to do anything useful in there. And this is locked and I have no keys. Okay, we are running out of doors. Not great. Okay, that's locked. We have a dining room somewhere, right? Yeah. What are we looking at? Salmon plus 10 with an aquarium, which we have. So we get plus 30 steps. Excellent. Very nice. Can definitely use it. Although I fear, without a key card or a key, we might be coming to the end of our run here. Okay. Interesting. We can do the utility closet, which will let us turn the power off, but we actually haven't rolled security yet somehow. And with no security, we can't set it to turn off the security doors. What did I set the laboratory experiment to do? So I set it to when you bypass a security door. Don't remember what it does. Does it set your steps to 40? Or was that yesterday's effect? I don't remember. I would really... Normally I would take utility closet here, but we need keys, and I have nowhere to get them. So let's roll the dice. With an archive plan. Okay, we get a hallway. That's nice. Unfortunately, that door is locked. We could do a ballroom, but unless there happens to be keys there, that's not going to help us much. We could do an attic. Let's do the attic. It uses all of our gems, which is not great, but it gives us items. Okay, we have a compass. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Where to? We can get there. That's the gift shop. There's one more, I think. One more item, isn't there? Or was that it? 8, a regular key. Okay. Okay, this actually worked out pretty well. Because now, we can use our secret garden key to go to the secret garden. Excellent. We really just need to find the battery. If we can find the battery, then I can knock down this wall now. Let's go ahead and trigger that. That opens the left-hand door, which is not out of the question, although it's probably a lot less likely than this door. Okay. I'm surprised there's no food lying in here. I don't want to use my key there. Don't want to use my key there. Let's go back around to the gift shop. Oh, oh. Hello, coins. Oh. This looks like the spot. Now I need the shovel, which I sadly do not have. Okay. So, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? We need the the battery pack more than anything right now. Can't get south of the conference room because that's a keycard door. I can't get west of the gymnasium because that's a keycard door. I have one key left, so I can use it here or here. I would also really love having the shovel and the battery pack. We get the battery pack, we can smash the door in the secret garden. Let's go ahead and use the key here. The spare terrace is interesting because it'll remove the gem cost on more green rooms. And green rooms do have a higher chance of having items in them. I can't reroll. So, empty closet is a terrible choice for this location. So, do we take the spare terrace? If there are no keys or the battery pack in there, then I think we're done. Which would suck. Or we can take whatever this is that requires 2 gems. That's a hard one. Let's take... I think security needs 1 gem. So this isn't security. It's possibly the ballroom? Let's take the spare terrace. This might be a terrible idea. We will find out in a moment. Yep, no keys. Shoot! What else can we do? We solved the billiard room puzzle. We have not solved the gallery puzzle, but we could go back there and check that out again. There was no shovel. There won't be anything down in the foundation. We can cross through here. Go to the commissary. I can pick up the sleep mask and the magnifying glass. This is actually a little useful. So, hold on. Here's something we can do. There is a stamp that we have not collected in the tomb. So that's something we can get. Here's the Geist bedroom, which we can get 5 more steps from. Now let's wind back up and go through the gallery. I opened that, right? Yeah. Keep an eye out for our metal detector going off. Oh, wait. Wait, are there... No, okay. I thought maybe the experiment I did put chests in the main room, but I guess not. Okay. Yeah, so we want to go down to the tomb. We'll get the stamp that's down there. And then... I guess it's possible we find a key down here. I think it unlikely, but it's possible. There were a couple dice. Right, so we want the stamp, and there's going to be a bunch of coins over here. Which is cool, but not super helpful. We did not get her ladyship's chamber this time, which is unfortunate. No, there were no stamps on the letters in here, right? Yeah, we'll pick up the key because why not, but it doesn't really help us here. No, that didn't have anything on it. Actually, hold on. Nothing special interaction with this, is there? No. Didn't think so, but had to check, just in case. Okay. Here we go. Boom, there's our stamp. Orinda Iris. Okay. Still no clue how to do the statue puzzle down here. We've tried a number of things and nothing has worked. It still eludes me. I feel like this might be relevant too, but maybe not. Now what? We spawned the garage, but we haven't opened the garage because it doesn't have power. Is there any reason for us to go back downstairs? We don't have the pump room, so we can't open any chests. We don't have any keys anyway. Yeah, let me just do a loop and see if my metal detector goes off at any point. The only other thing I can think of to do would be to head back to the chapel and dump as many of our coins into it as we can for future use. There's nothing special else going on here, is there? Sleeping mask with anything? No. Compass? No. Sledgehammer and broken lever we know about. Huh. We can make the burning glass. Is there any reason to make the burning glass? I don't think so. Is this it? Do we just dump the rest of our keys or dump the rest of our coins into the chapel and call it a day? I think we do. And we'll of course run out of steps long before we run out of coins, but Okay. That was close. We got really close that time. We even got the secret garden. All right, let's try again. Here we go. Day 47. Will this be the day that we tear down the walls? Let's find out. Step 1, collect our allowance. We're up to 17 coins, which is wonderful. And what is our outside door today, or outside room today? Toolshed, root cellar, or hovel? Well, I'm a little hesitant on the hovel now, because I kind of got burned last time. We're at the point where we need specific combinations of rooms, which means that we do best by filling the house as much as possible, which means we need a lot of steps. And so spending steps instead of gems is actually kind of a tall order. That said, we frequently run out of gems when we do need them. So, tool shed, start with 2 items. Tempting. Where are the broken walls, or where are the walls that we know we can break through? There's one in the greenhouse, and there's one in the secret garden. Neither of those require the tomb. So the only thing we can't do without the tomb is Her Ladyship's Diary. So tool shed to get me a jump start on some items. Very tempting. Again, I've kind of cooled on the root cellar, but maybe that's a mistake. Maybe there's something there that I'm not seeing. But we're gonna take the tool shed. What do we start with? The magnifying glass and the shovel. Okay. There is a stamp that we do not have yet. Remaining objectives. There's a stamp in the mailroom. We have the stamp. We should have the stamp in the tomb. I'm not going to mark it as complete yet until I see it in the library. But there's one in the mailroom. We haven't seen the mailroom in a while. All right. Let's start with funeral parlor. We will not open the boxes yet. We will go ahead and take the key. Pantry swings back towards the entrance hall. That's not great, so we will take the hallway. And what do we have on the outside? We have the tool shed, which means we do need gems. Storeroom is tempting, but I think I will take the reading nook because it'll give me a key and it gives us the opportunity to get the library. Which from these is exactly what I want. Not that the library itself is that useful, although if it gives me a key, I am happy for it. But now we can check our book. This is the record book. I want the other book. Mount Holly scrapbook. Nope, nothing suspicious yet. First claim ticket, bunch of things. That is not true. I've passed up the tomb plenty of times. There's our power hammer. Yes, we did get the third stamp. Okay. So, let's go ahead and mark that one. So there's one in the mailroom that we don't have, and there are 4 more that we don't know where they are. Is there anything else in here that I haven't marked? I feel like there was another upgrade disc somewhere that I didn't mark, but maybe not. It's fine. Okay. Yep, that's about right. And our highest grade is 3. That is all correct. All right. Onward. Where are we going to head? Let's head back to the hallway and head to the north. Main things I'm looking for is I want green rooms. I want the greenhouse. I want the secret garden. We will take a hallway here because I still need more doors. Secret garden, and we need this. We need a workshop, and we need the stuff to make the power hammer. No gems, so I can't do a commissary. Pantry, so all of these are going to be dead ends no matter what I do. So we'll take a storeroom. That'll give us a gem at least. That's interesting. I'm like, there isn't usually a dirt patch in here. Unless I've taken the root cellar, which I didn't. Okay, I'll take a broken lever. That works for me. All right. I guess we'll take the chapel. Do we want the corridor though? Yeah. I think the chapel's orientation could be used better elsewhere. Okay. Definitely want to get security this time. That got us into some hot water last time, so won't be making that mistake twice. How's our inventory looking? Okay. And we'll handle our keycard system. So we want to set it to low to start. And we'll change the unlock mode. And then once we find either the utility room or a key card, then we'll come back and set it to high. Yes, I would love a workshop. There's our battery pack. All we need is the sledgehammer. And, you know, then to find the green rooms. Indoor nursery is interesting, especially since we are going for green rooms. We've already lost our double your keys for this. So I think I'll take a hallway. Let's come back out here and fill in this gap. I guess we'll put our chapel here. No, you know what? I'm going to do the empty closet. Just to get it out of the pool. This is a dead end anyway. I was hoping for a more useful dead end, but it is what it is. We can take a billiard room here. So all we need, item-wise, is the sledgehammer. Which, if we find the commissary, might just be available. Let's see. Plus 13 minus 10 is 3. times 3 is 9. 28 divided by 14 is 2. Times 12 is 24. Minus 5 is 19. And 3 times 10 is 30. Divided by 6 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Give me something good. Spare keys, I will gladly take. Ooh. Yes. This is a perfect place for a utility closet. All right, so turn that one off, turn that one on. And once again, we will go ahead and activate this, even though I don't know what it does. Okay. All right. So now we should head up to security and set the security level to high. Because now when it spawns keycard doors, those keycard doors will be automatically unlocked. So keycard system settings, set security level to high. Excellent. And this is actually our only door, so we will continue north. Gymnasium? Yes. We don't have to worry about losing 2 steps because we turned the power off in here. We have our foundation up above us there. Let's go ahead and fill in this gap. I would love something that turns to the left. Can't do the garage because we have no gems, so I guess we'll take the pantry. This is not a great place for the chapel because we're going to get to go to that room anyway from the foundation. So I'd rather save the chapel for somewhere where we need the doors. I would love a veranda here. Unfortunately, no such luck. Because I need gems. So, do we take the bedroom or the dining room? The dining room has a lot of doors, so I think I'd rather save the dining room. And it has no gem requirement. So we'll save the dining room for later. We'll take the bedroom now. No items, unfortunately. All right, so let's head up to the foundation. We do have a shovel, so we can take the dig spots in here. In there. Ooh, a deposit box key. Hopefully we will be able to get the vault at some point. All right. I would love an indoor nursery, but I have no gems. Once again. Let's do the chapel here, because this will swing me to the north. Once in a while, I've seen a key on the pews. No such luck today. Swing to the north. We have plenty of keys. Yes, drawing room would be wonderful if I had gems. Okay, we're going to hold off going that way, though. We're going to swing back and go through this other door over here first. Okay, let's take the boudoir. This will give us 2 gems. So that will hopefully get us out of this little rut that we're in. All right, I would love something that can go up and turn to the right. I mean, a passageway does do that. I didn't want to use both of my gems already, but... Machinarium. Yes, actually. It'll have at least 3 doors in it. Okay. That's pretty good. What do we got to the south? I would love an aquarium right here. This is a wonderful place for an aquarium. Mail room is interesting because we can get the stamp that we're missing. But it's a dead end, which is a little risky. Dark room would let me go straight through and has some kind of a collectible for us. I will need to run all the way back to the utility closet, which is not a huge deal because it's just straight through. Let's do the dark room. We'll poke our head in, that'll turn the light off, and then we can run back. Oh, hello. Keycard door. Interesting. Alright, and we just go all the way down here. And we can come this way. Pop this open, turn the lights back on in the dark room. And let's head back. I would really love a kitchen or a dining room right about now. And to that end, let's actually try heading north. Laundry room is interesting, but again, I have no gems. I am not willing to lose half of my steps. Or am I? Versus coat check? No, because there's doors here and here and here and here and here. So no, we'll take the coat check. Don't see any items or such on the table, so we will not actually walk in there right now. Okay. And what do we got? A gem. I will gladly take a gem. And let's head to the south. There's our commissary. We will lose this room if we take the commissary, but I think that's okay. We've already got the fill the whole house trophy, so we don't actually need to do that. There's our sledgehammer. Love it. I will also take the metal detector and a gem. Now, we have all the stuff and we can get back to the workshop. And we can build our power hammer. We still need the rooms that we want to use the power hammer in, which is the greenhouse and the secret garden. This is exactly where I want the dining room. We can get some extra steps by taking the lunchbox. That will be very helpful. We have to go to rank 5, so we'll have to pass through the dark room. Or just go north here, which we're about to do, so that's fine. What do we got here? The den or the observatory? We'll take the den, because that'll let us keep going straight up. There's our plus 10 steps from the lunchbox. Plus our gem. Any chests? No? That's fine. Alright, what do we got here? We'll take the spare terrace. Any items in here? No. That's fine. Just keep heading north. We have no keys. That's not good. That's very not good. Can I go north here? Yes. Unfortunately, these are all dead ends. I'm going to take the wine cellar because that'll give us 3 gems. Okay. I have 15 steps left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Unless I can hit up a kitchen. Conference room, furnace, weight room. I guess we'll do the conference room. There's the security key card, which isn't super useful now. I would love a kitchen right here. That would be perfect. Again? Really? Let's head back to security and check the inventory. That's so frustrating. Multiple runs in a row now. I've run out of keys and can't continue. Because there's only 2 doors left and they're both locked and I have no facility for getting more keys. I don't think we ever opened the funeral parlor. So I could do that. That'll get me 5 gems, which 10 gems is awesome, but I can't use them anywhere. Is there something I'm missing? Is there a better way to do this? Let's craft the power hammer, because why not? Actually, what I should have done was try to craft something else using those parts to see if it could be made, because I can't use the power hammer anywhere. But the detector shovel? Yeah, what is the detector shovel? Oh, really? Greater chance of finding coins and keys. Much greater chance of finding coins and keys while digging. Interesting. Not helpful on this run because I've dug up all my digging spots, but that is good to know. That's a new item. The detector shovel. I like that. Increase. Wait, how is this written out? Equals metal detector plus shovel. Increase finding coins and keys. Normally and from dig spots. Cool. I will want to try to make that more often. That would have been, that might have made the difference here, honestly. That might have made the difference here. If we had known about that, and we didn't really have any opportunities for dig spots, to be honest. We didn't really have any green rooms, but if we did, Like there's some dig spots in the foundation, for instance, and that could have made the difference. And I assume, based on the description, that it's still a functioning. I'm assuming there's no keys hiding in there. No. That it's still a functioning metal detector too, so that's a strict upgrade over the metal detector and the shovel. All right, 5 steps left. Is there anything? Let's go ahead and do this, because why not? The gems are in the white box. Only one box contains gems. Only one box is true. That is true. If that is false, then that must be true. If this is true, well, that can't be true because this is true. So this is false. Which means this is false. Wait. This is true. Which means this can't be true, because then there would be 2 true boxes. So this is false. If that's false, then that means this must be true, because otherwise this would be true. Ooh, all the gems. Not that it does me any good. All right. That's that. We will call it a day. All right. One more time. We keep getting so close to getting some of these secrets. Day 48. I'm half expecting... Thought I saw something. I'm half expecting one of these days for it to just throw me a huge curveball. Like there's some new, I don't know, slot machine in the entrance hall when I start the day that, I don't know, does something. We can do the shrine. We still don't have the key for this. Now, we've gotten a couple blessings out of here, and we have found that... I think it's on my rooms tab. Yeah, so we've gotten a couple different blessings out of here, and we've gotten the curse out of here. There is a trophy for reaching room 46 under curse mode. And we got surprisingly close to that last time. The one time we did that. Didn't quite make it, but we got surprisingly close. So 2 coins gives us Blessing of the Dancer, which lets us pay gems to rotate floor plans. Given that I am eternally out of gems, not a great idea. 10 coins gives us Blessing of the General, which gives us 5 gems for each red room after there are red rooms in 5 different ranks. That means we need to draw at least 6 red rooms, minimum, which is rough. Blessing of the Monk lets us draw rooms on the outside, which there are still a number of rooms that I want to try that with, but I don't think I want to try that right now. So let's do 5 coins. We'll do 7. See what that gives us. The Blessing of the Chef. For each different type of spread that you do each day, add an extra dish to the dining room. Wow. Okay. So Blessing of the Chef is 3 days for 7 coins. For each different type of spread, add an extra dish to the dining room. Interesting. So that potentially gives us the ability to rack up some massive step counts. All right. Here we go. Let's hug the west wall this time. Start with an early workshop. I'm here for it. We get the battery pack. Okay. My primary goal has not changed. I'm still looking for green rooms. I'm still looking for the secret garden. I'm still looking for the greenhouse. I still want to try and get my... Hello. Power hammer. All right, we will set up a library. Or a hallway. Let's do the hallway because it gives me that north door. We will stick down here though. Let's take... I don't have any gems. This is a terrible place for an empty closet, so I guess we'll do a corridor. Need gems. I need gems badly. This is a terrible place for a storeroom, so we will take the pantry. I almost took the storm. I was this close because I'm like, it has that gem, but that would have been a horrible place for that. I would love a boiler here, but no can do. So I guess we'll take the Geist bedroom so I can get the ability to reroll. Take our dice. All right. Go through our hallway here and... Ugh. Oh. I mean, it'll double 1, which isn't that exciting. I would love a commissary, but no can do, so let's try re-rolling. Let's take a den. That'll give us a gem. Thank you. What do we got through here? Garbage is what we got. Yeah, I'll reroll. I want something that goes north. Well, I said I wanted a commissary. I was hoping to hold on to my gem for a little bit longer, but... Alright, we can take our sledgehammer. And I will hold out a little bit to see if we can get the metal detector. If we can build the detector shovel again, that would be wonderful. We'll take the hallway. That's actually a pretty good draw here. So we can swing back this way. A bedroom is actually pretty good here. And we got a chest, which is interesting. You don't see the chest in the bedroom very often. Ooh, car keys. Interesting. And a gem. Wonderful. All right, let's head back through the hallway and check out this side. We'll take the East Wing Hall. That is fine. What do we got to the south here? I would love a wine cellar. This is the perfect place for a wine cellar. No shovel yet, but we will remember that that's there when, in case I am able to get one. Let's head back to the entrance hall, and we'll see if I can fill in those other 2 slots. Storeroom or funeral parlor are both tempting, but I think I will take the drawing room. We still don't know how to associate a date with this room, so no luck on the safe just yet. What do we got in the back corner? Funeral parlor's not bad. Library's not bad. What else have you got for me? We could do a kitchen? Sure. That's cool. Nice big windows. What do we got for sale? Ooh, we could do bacon and eggs. That adds morning room to the draft pool. We've never seen the morning room. Plus 10 if we have a boiler room. Good to know. I don't think we will take any of these right now, but hopefully we can pick up a couple coins. And some good things will happen. All right, up through the commissary. So we actually need a fair number of coins now. I actually will take another hallway because I need to be able to get to the left there, because we want to be able to get to our foundation. If I take the boiler room, then if we can get to rank 8, I get extra steps. So that is tempting. The boudoir gives us 2 gems. Yeah, I don't want either. Both of these are going to be a dead end. I don't want this to be a dead end. So let's take the boiler room. As far as I know, there's no pickups that can spawn in this room. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn this on, and I'm going to push it to the right because that's a dead end, and that room can't use power. I don't know if we're going to use power out here, but can't hurt, right? All right, what do we got? Interesting. I would like the vault, but I don't have the gems for it. I guess we'll take the courtyard because I don't want this to be a dead end either. Ooh, we got our shovel. Excellent. Excellent. Now this begs an interesting question. The metal detector is in the shop. So if I hold off, if I don't dig up slots, we know there's a thing I can dig up in the wine cellar, and there's some things I can dig up here. If I don't touch those, if I wait, and in the foundation, there's going to be dig spots. If I wait until I get 4 more coins, I can go back to the commissary, get the metal detector, go to the workshop, build the detector shovel, and then get extra keys and coins. That's the big brain play, so we're going to do that. All right, what do we got here? I would have loved for this to have been a pantry, but we've already done the pantry, so it wasn't going to be anyway. I guess we're going to take a chapel, which, you know, the chapel is not really what I wanted to see, given that I actually want to have some money to spend on things. Let's go through the foundation here. We are not going to dig up these spots. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, okay then. Do I have a security room? I do not yet. Is this where I want to use my one key? I guess. I don't have much of a choice. Conference room? Conference room sounds excellent. Any items here for me? That's another security card door. That's rough. That's really rough. I don't like that. No gems, so I can't do a garage. I guess I'll do the gymnasium. Which I'm not crazy about, because that uses extra steps, but, you know, it's what I got. Go one more. Nope. Can I go this way? Yes. What do we got here? I can't do that. I can't do that. Guess we're doing a funeral parlor. This will at least give me an opportunity to get some gems. How many would I get if I opened it right now? I'd get 3 gems. You know what? Because I'm hurting for gems, I'll do that. The blue box contains the gems. The statement on the blue box is true. A box with a false statement contains the gems. Okay. Okay. If this is true, this is also true. That means this is false. Which means the black box will contain the gems. If this is false, then this is also false. And this is true, and the whole thing breaks because the gems have to be in here according to the black box. But this box is not true. So I think the gems have to be in here. There they are. Okay. This is kind of a terrible place for the utility closet. And I still need a security. I still need security. We could put an attic here. That gives me 8 items. This is not a great place for the attic because it's kind of blocking this passage, but I do have a fair number of doors here. Hallway is the smart play. But the allure of items is too much for me. All right, 1, 2, 3. Hey, we replaced our gems. All right, I have a chest here. We'll get to that in a minute. 4, 5. Excellent. 6. Beautiful. I didn't have to pay for it. 7. Okay. And a whole bunch of coins. Lovely. Lovely. All right. That's gonna work out really well for us. So hopefully we don't run out of steps now, though. All right. Where do I want to go? There's a number of things we want to do right now. Let's head back through here. This is going to take up a lot of steps, and I'm actually very concerned about that. But we could... I think we can stop in the kitchen on our way back. Okay. Yeah, we're going to wind through here. Go through the commissary, right? Yeah. Anything good here? We own the metal detector. I could buy gems. I could buy the salt shaker. I don't really want to do that. Let's go to the kitchen first and buy some food. Because we need the steps. We need the steps badly. We're going to buy the bacon and eggs. I definitely want that. club sandwich is just a flat plus 15. That sounds wonderful. Do we want to get 2 bananas? Do I need coins for anything else? Not that I know of. Let's go ahead and buy a couple bananas. Oh! Forgot about the coupon book. Wonderful. Okay. So now, freshly stocked up on steps, let's hit up this guy and we will do the shovel and the metal detector to make the detector shovel. Awesome. Okay. And we still have the sledgehammer and battery pack. So if we get the broken lever, we can still potentially make our power hammer. Now, where do we need to go? There's a dig spot in the wine cellar. There's a dig spot in the quarry yard, and there's a dig spot in the foundation. So let's go to the wine cellar first. Honestly, the wine cellar is the most likely of them to have the broken lever in it. Is that too much to hope for? It is, but that's okay. We got some coins. Is it worthwhile to go back to the kitchen to get that last banana while we're here? I don't think so, because that's plus 3 steps. 3, 4, 5. It's going to cost us 10 steps to get there and back, so no. Okay. Let's go to the quarry yard. Yeah. Here we go. We have a couple spots here we can dig up. A couple more coins. Excellent. And an old rusty nail. Not what I wanted to see. I want to see that secret garden key. All right, let's wind our way into the foundation. We have a couple in here. A couple coins. Excellent. And you know what? I'll take it. All right. That's a key card door, so we can't go that way. This is a key card door, I think. This is a locked door, so we could spend our key here. I think I want to go back this way and probably go through one of these doors. All right. Let's give this door a try. That's a locked door, so we're going to go around and we're going to try this other one. Hopefully it's not locked. Excellent. Ooh, the morning room. We haven't seen this before. Ooh, but the music room has a major key in it. Oh, which could be my garden key, my secret garden key. No, we're going to take the morning room. It's a new room. Wait, I have been in here. I do know this room. Wait, I didn't realize this was because it came from the eggs. Interesting. A little disappointing, actually, but... Huh. Is there another page here? No. I didn't remember this room, but we totally have been in here. Well, that's disappointing. I guess we'll take a hallway. Having it connect through would have been kind of nice, but it's not worth 2 gems. We will take the spare terrace here. Yes, I need this to not be a dead end. And this makes green rooms not cost gems, which is really good. Hello. I love that it still functions as a metal detector even after grafting it onto the shovel. I love that. Easy come, easy go. Definitely want security here. I mean, actually, I would kind of want dark room because it will get us to the right easier, or billiard room. But I really need security. And I'm a little worried that if we pass it up now, we're not going to see it again. Okay. Keep heading north. This is a terrible place for the utility closet. This is a great place for a passageway, though. All right, are any of these open? Yes. Okay. This is a decent place for an observatory. Sure. All right, what do we got? The sale, everything is 50% off. That would have been helpful a while ago before I bought a bunch of stuff. And +1 key. I'll take the key. Okay. Let's go that way. Now that I have the extra key, I don't feel so bad about using another one. We'll take the dark room here, because I want to be able to get into these slots. Master bedroom is actually interesting because I think there's an item in here that we unlocked at some point. But no, we'll take the dark room. That was a security card door. Was that locked? I think it was. Is this one locked? I think it is. No, it's not. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Interesting. That's a security door. That's a security door. Let's take the servants' quarters. It gives us more keys. Good. What? There's something else in here? Hello? Ooh, a couple coins. Very nice. Okay. Boudoir, bunk room, nursery, guest bedroom, ladyship's chamber, master bedroom. Okay. Okay. So now we'll go this way. That's fine. We have a handful of keys now. So this is feeling much better already. I don't want to take either of these. But archives is the safest one. No goodies in here for me, unfortunately. I would really love... What? What do I want to see? Oh, hold on. First, are any of these just not locked? They're all locked. Okay. Then we're going to go this way. Gift shop? Gift shop's not bad. I can't buy anything, but it's a 3-door room, which this far up is nice. I don't have enough gems for the master bedroom. I don't know if I want to roll the dice on the archived plan. Although, this could be a utility room. Let's do it. It's the furnace. Which gives us the broken lever. Okay. Okay. So now the only problem I have is that I need the greenhouse and the secret garden. Oh, that's not good. All right, we'll take the empty closet because it'll have items in it. The silver key is interesting. Also, hey, there we go. Treasure map. Yeah, this is the spot. Time to start digging. Last time we did this, it was a treasure chest full of coins. Is it going to be that again? Or is there something more exciting? Chest full of coins. 25 coins and 3 gems. Hey, I am here for that. That's very nice. Okay. So that room's blocked out. We're running low on steps. I would love a dining room now. The maid's chamber. That's not a good room to get. This is a terrible room to get, actually. Okay. I guess I loop all the way back around and go up the gymnasium, but I don't know if I have enough steps for that. Let's see, I have 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, I don't have enough for that. Shoot! I guess I can try going down through the dark room, I think. Unless it's a security card door, which I don't know if it is. It is not. So I guess I can go this way. I can't see anything, so I have no idea what these rooms are. But it's a place I can go. There's the aquarium. The aquarium doesn't have a gem requirement? Okay, and I got a key, which is nice. What is the... Hold on, what is the description of the silver key? A room with many doors. The dining room might count. Yes. Yo! We get some extra steps! I don't know how I managed to pull that off, but... And we have a boiler room, so we're going to get 30 steps out of this. Excellent. Check that out. All right, no other items in here. I don't know how we pulled that one together. Unfortunately, it means there's no green rooms on here, so I only have 2 more slots left to potentially get the greenhouse. And we have to go a ways to get over there. So, what are we looking at? North 2. Oh, interesting. We're powering the dark room. Does that matter? I don't think so. Although... Ooh. Check that out. Happy accident. I wish this could be a special key. It really should be a special key. Because it's actually kind of hard to get power to the furnace most of the time. Okay, so now we're going to go down through security. Loop around here. Let's check this and check our inventory. How's it going? There's a trunk somewhere I missed. Maybe in the entrance hall? I don't know where... I don't know why there would be a trunk somewhere. I wonder if it's in the dark room. But I can't see it until I turn the power on. So we'll loop through the morning room, come down here, swing back this way. Do I want to stop in the workshop and make the power hammer? I should. Just in case we get to roll the greenhouse. I don't want to have to go all the way back to the workshop to get that. Yeah. Oh, did I dig that up? I did. Okay. That's not the chest I skipped, is it? No, that one's open. Okay. So let's loop down here. We'll take a pass through the workshop. Let me just confirm. That makes the electromagnet, which is not what we want to see right now. Okay. Whoops. So broken lever, sledgehammer, battery pack, power hammer, assemble. There it is. Please let me be able to use it. All right, we will swing up. This is not the right way. Shoot. Yeah, this way. Okay, up through the commissary. And then we need to go this way. And we'll wiggle up here. Through the boiler room. All right. Now, there isn't a chest in here that I'm not seeing right now. Okay. Up through the chapel. We need the security card for that and the conference room. So, did anything get spread? Is there stuff in here? No. All right. We will continue to head north. Well, what do I want to see? I want to see a greenhouse. A greenhouse. A veranda. Yeah, I'll take the veranda. Secret garden key. No such luck. Another shot. Come on, secret garden key. No such luck. All right, come on, greenhouse. Here we go. Conservatory. Or do I redraw? You know, I don't get the conservatory very often, and adjusting rarity sounds like a really good idea to me, so. Silver key. Not useful now, but did I see this before? Oh, her ladyship's chamber from south-facing doors, only in the west wing? I didn't know that. That explains why I so rarely see it, because you can only see it when you're coming south along the west wall, which I almost never am. I'm almost always going north. The conservatory is only draftable in a corner, and the bookshop is only draftable from the library. Interesting. I did not know that. Okay. All right, what do we got? So, we have the secret passage, the study, and the utility closet. First things first. Utility closet absolutely must be commonplace. I always run into problems where I want this. If I haven't, I also want to make security commonplace next time I see that. The study. I'm going to make the study standard. I don't think I want it to be common because there aren't guaranteed items in it, although there will be guaranteed items in it. I'm assuming once I open the safe, it's going to have a gem like the other safes. So it'll be a dead end with a guaranteed gem in it. That could be really nice. That could be really nice. But it is a dead end, so I don't think I want it to be common. But I do want it to be more common than it is, so we will make it standard. And secret passage, I want this to be common. It costs a gem, but it lets me go to a room color of my choice, which is... I so rarely get this when I want it. So getting it all the time would be good. Okay. Oh. There's another room here. I would love security. No. Security? No. Utility room is what I would really like here. No such luck. I got the library. I probably shouldn't have used the silver key. It's fine. And now that I know the bookstore is only available from the library, that kind of changes how I want to handle libraries going forward as well. Okay, well, these doors I can't get in because I have no way of turning the power off, which means I can't force unlock them, and I don't have the key card. So I can't just open those doors. Is there anything else I can do? We don't have the garage. Sadly, we do not have the greenhouse or the secret garden. I think. Oh, this is why I didn't need gems. Because I had the spare terrace. I was so confused that I didn't need gems to spawn the conservatory. That's why. I forgot about that. Yeah, I think that's it. Unfortunately. All right, well, let's head back to, as we do very frequently, let's head back to the chapel. Let's burn the rest of our cash. I don't have a ton of steps left. So yeah, I'm not sure I could get out of the house if I wanted to. So, go, dump as much money into here as we can. And that is that. And I think, well, once again, we came very close to finally breaking through those walls and figuring out what was in there. Unfortunately, didn't quite make it. But we are getting into a place where it's a little more reliable for us to make the power hammer and things like that, and that's really good. Especially now that the workshop is common. That feels really good. I like that. Keys are still my weak point. I still have a hard time with keys. We proved that we have seen the morning room before, which is a little disappointing. I was hoping we were going to see a new room. But that's good to know. Yeah, we're getting there. Like I said, I'm a little disappointed with the way the end game is kind of going with this, where it feels very grindy, like we're just trying to go through and get just the perfect set of RNG. But we are still finding things. We are still finding interesting things. We are still discovering secrets. So it's not too bad. And we found the note in the conservatory, which told us some things. So that's going to allow us to tune things. This means next time I get the tomb, I can make a specific point to move down the west side to get her ladyship's chambers, and we can finally get that diary open. That'll feel good. All right, we've been streaming a little bit over 2 hours, so I think I will call it there. My friends, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like the video if you did. It helps get these out in front of more viewers. You can get more people in here. I love getting to chat with you, and I hope you were enjoying this as much as I am. I do have more games coming up. I do want to start playing a couple different things. We're going to get back into some Doom. I have a plan to bring up some Hitman. I want to get back into Outer Wilds. All of this coming up. More Blueprints, of course. It is not going anywhere. But lots of exciting things on the horizon, and I'm excited to share it all with you. Hope you have a wonderful night, my friends, and I will see you next time.